Hello, everybody. My name is Connor Healy, and I would love to take you on a little trip through a couple of aspects of my life. Up until this point, I have experienced a whole host of wonderful events. I've also endured some pretty horrible ones, too. But no matter what life threw at me, I've always seemed to come back for more. For the next few minutes, I'd like to take you through two stories detailing examples of adversity in my life and how I came back from it through motivation and optimism. My first story starts when I was a kid. I was 10 years old and I was deathly afraid of the dark. It would drive me crazy that I could not get myself to go outside at night. You see, we lived in the woods and there were way too many shadows for horrible things to hang out in. One night I was staring out the kitchen window and I decided to put a stop to this. There's nothing out there and I was going to prove it or literally die trying. I grabbed my shoes and I walked out into the woods far enough so that I could not see the lights from my house anymore. And there I sat down, sobbing in the dark, waiting for the monsters to get me. Well, lo and behold, they didn't. Maybe they just weren't out that particular night, so I tried again the next night. And again until I realized there were no monsters. I knew that I was not the only kid my age to be afraid of the dark, but I also knew that being afraid kept me in a box at night. It kept me from enjoying quite literally half of every day. Motivation to win got me through that. I have a story about optimism that happened to me this year. I lost my business. I was the proud owner of an auto repair shop in a great little town called Ringoes, New Jersey. When I had to close my doors, I felt sick, physically sick. For months after, I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. Even the bluest of skies were dark and just evil. I could not feel, I could not love, I could not live. I was broken. My wife and kids were catching the brunt of my depression. I just wasn't there as a father or a husband. I felt terrible about it, but I was powerless to fix it. Until one day, and I'm talking months later, I decided I needed help. I went to the doctor and he prescribed me drugs. I started taking them and instantly started feeling better. But the catch is, it takes at least 2 months for the drugs to take effect. I soon realized that I was feeling better because I wanted to. I was actually doing something about it instead of letting it beat me. I started to finally see that even though I was coming home for months completely miserable, I'd be met at the door with undying, non-judgmental love from two of the cutest little people I've ever seen and a beautiful, loving wife. Every time I walked through that door, there would be 6 eyes filled with optimism staring back at me, and it began to rub off. Today I'm going to school. If you told me a year ago that I'd be going back to school at 36 years old, I would probably still be laughing at you. Yet here I am. I've never been more optimistic in my life. My father always told me to be here now. Well, Pops, I'm here, and look at me now. Motivation and optimism have come and gone in my life, but I think I'll keep them around for now. Scratch that. I'll keep them around for good. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.